There's a lot of new content coming from Marvel Studios, so let's get started.
What's up and what's going on, fellow fanatics, and welcome back to another episode. In today's episode, we want to talk to you guys about every Marvel project that is confirmed from 2022 through 2025, and also every Marvel project that is rumored through that time. So we want to talk to you guys about those. We're going to go through those one by one. We're kind of going to just go through them a little quickly, but we're going to talk about what we're most excited for, our most anticipated. First one on that list, of course, is Multiverse of Madness, and we all know that we're excited for Multiverse of Madness.
I don't think we need to go into this one
too
much.
And
we will continually make videos on Multiverse of Madness as it goes around. I think we did one earlier today, actually. Yeah. So, I mean, there's
so much Multiverse of Madness coming up. So, I mean, we all know we're excited for that. So, the next on that list is Thor: Love and Thunder. And
I'm so excited for this
I think that Thor: Love and Thunder is going to be just as wild as No Way Home, Multiverse of Madness type stuff. Do
you think it's going to be just as good as Ragnarok, though?
I think it's going to be
better.
I think so too.
I'm more excited for this movie as it comes up than I was when it was first released, and I didn't know much about it. But like starting to read into it and reading into the characters that are getting casted and the potential stories that could happen, I'm more excited.
Yeah.
This is one of the more releases that I'm more excited for.
But yeah, so one of the things about Thor: Love and Thunder though is his new outfit. I love that about Phase 4. We're seeing that in Phase 4. They are doing a lot of comic book accurate suits, and I'm like,
the blue suit.
Yes, I'm like, it looks great. So I'm excited to see him in that. So, and I'm excited to see Jane as Thor too. I'm ready to see Natalie Portman portraying Mighty Thor. So her costume's badass.
I like her costume better, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's better.
Yes, for sure better than Thor's.
It's better. But we got Mjolnir that's back with the hammer that still looks like it's cracked and things. So we have so many questions with that. We get to see Christian Bale as Gore. We're all excited about that.
That is what I'm talking about.
Different gods we might see.
Yes, the different gods that we might see. I mean, the Lego leaks and things that we saw.
Brolin was good with Thanos, and you know, we had a lot of good villains, but like Christian Bale is
Bale will be a good.
And he picks this villain too.
And what's interesting about all this, I wonder if Marvel and Sony have a deal even with this, because you got Gore using the sword that Noel uses. So I wonder if there's a connection there, because that's the sword that Gore uses. But it's just really cool to see. So we got Thor: Love and Thunder. The next on that list, of course, March 30th. The next project is Moonknight.
I have said from the start of the MCU, I want characters and the two examples I would give is Beta Ray Bill and Moonknight. They delivered, and I'm showing up for it.
Yeah, Moon Knight's going to be great. Kevin Feige has already come out and said once again that it is going to be one of the most violent things that we have seen so far in the MCU. It's going to be hyper-violent throughout the entire show.
So I'm interested real fast. I'm wondering that this is something I'm still trying to conceptualize this in the MCU. So we're not talking in the Netflix.
No.
Because Netflix Daredevil was one of the goriest fucking superhero things I've ever seen.
Feige's talking strictly the shit that matters to him, and that's the continuity of the MCU.
I'm talking that movie, you got heads crushed repeatedly in car doors, you got prison shankings and bones snapping out. I mean, Daredevil was aggressive. I mean, it was so good, but it was very violent.
From what they're saying, and from the scene that we saw with him beating up, people are saying Werewolf by Night. I don't personally think so, but fighting that creature, that's going to be a recurring theme throughout the show, is what Kevin Feige was getting at. So it should be pretty violent. We've only gotten that one major trailer. We got that little TV spot during the Super Bowl, but we're still, waiting to see if we get anything else before March 30th. I like the comic book accuracy that they've even done with that costume. Even him in the suit
ones,
when he was in the detective suit.
Two or three different ones we've seen already.
We've seen the two different ones, and
they both
great.
Look
they look
good,
great.
Yeah.
Good. Great job, Marvel.
Yeah.
So ready for that show, of course. Next on that list is She-Hulk, and we know that She-Hulk will be breaking the fourth wall, where she will be talking to the camera. We don't know exactly what time frame, and I don't know. It's supposed to be it's supposed to be funny-ish. I mean, Howard the Duck is supposed to be in it.
Is it gonna be like she's shooting a video, or because that's not really? I don't really think of that as breaking the fourth wall.
She's a lawyer, so
not like that.
But she has the actual ability to break the fourth wall, like Deadpool does.
She's doing a Deadpool and she's breaking the fourth wall.
That's weird.
Don't make me angry. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry.
I'm excited for that.
Yeah.
Again, because not even the She-Hulk story, but she's a lawyer, so the potential cameos we might see in that and where it takes place. And
that's confirmed, I think, so much.
Even the thing with Hulk's story progressing, you know, like Hulk's going to have some story progressing there, so it's like we don't even know what cameos because it's so far away, but
I'm really not.
I think that show's going to do well.
I'm excited for it, and the reason I'm excited for it is simply because of the rumors that came out a couple months ago about where this could possibly go at the end of the film. Spoiler alert, click out now, whatever. If Hulk, with Hulk leaving off-world again to further on into that Ragnarok Planet Hulk,
right?
Hulk
And
stuff,
see,
so.
that's I'm not gonna say I'm excited to see the series, just see the ending. You know, I'm not.
Oh, I'm excited for the whole
and
series.
I'll be real honest.
Good.
This is the one that's probably lower on my list. I think I'll do fine, but like they've not done much with Hulk that I've liked so far. I think this
is where we're fixing everything.
And if it does, then I'll jump back on board. But my faith ain't with them on the Hulk right now, and I'm gonna need to.
Yeah, I think this is where we're going to.
If you tell me it's going, I'm gonna watch it because it's Marvel. Marvel's
course.
never really done anything I didn't enjoy at all. But like,
right. I mean, She-Hulk is coming. We know that, like I said, she's breaking the fourth wall. We got some things going on there. We're supposed to see Matt Murdock. We're supposed to see other cameos. Again, the Howard the Duck cameo. Or not cameo. I think it's more. I think it's more than just a cameo. It's more than just a cameo. Of what I've heard. It's going to be a recurring role in the show. So looking forward to She-Hulk. Some of us. Next on that list is Ms.Marvel, Kamala Khan. Kamala Khan is not widely popular in the comics. She's not widely popular. From what I've heard from fans, I don't know a lot of people that got that at the top of their list.
Well, and they are completely changing her powers.
Yeah, she's completely changed. They've completely changed her origins, though. She's not even an Inhuman, which I don't know why Marvel is afraid of the Inhumans, but she's not even an Inhuman anymore. She's whatever the fuck she is now. I mean, like I said, so.
And what exactly are her new powers again? I've forgotten.
It's like genie-esque powers. Yeah, it's like, she's got like genie type powers.
I feel like when it comes to her.
I don't think so. Not right now. You're getting your wishes, so yeah!
Her wishes or other people's
not
wishes?
Not genie powers like
Green
like the Lantern.
But see, I feel like she's one of those characters that they keep trying to make people like. And it's not. Like, even the video game, I'm playing her for a while, and I'm like, man, I really wish I could play as Thor. I really wish I could switch to the Hulk and start just fucking smashing shit, not playing the fake Doctor, the fake Mr. Fantastic.
I think that's one of the main reasons they changed her powers was because it was like, well, then when you bring Mr. Fantastic into the MCU, then what? She does the exact same shit.
They could make babies
besides
in the most
she can get
dramatic
bigger
way possible.
but I am Groot. I don't know if that's one that we've heard anything about besides the announcement from Kevin Feige on Disney Investor Day.
I don't know anything about it.
I mean, it's just I am Groot. What it could possibly be about, I have no idea. I have no idea.
Because obviously it's before.
I couldn't even tell the time frame. I don't know.
Oh,
why is it obviously before?
Well, I saw the list that he had written down.
Well, remember on the logo,
it's going to be his coming of age story.
On the logo, he's baby Groot. So I don't know. He's not teenage Groot on that logo. On the logo, he's baby.
Groot cells.
Baby Groot.
So it could be
that's true.
So it could either be an origin story, or it could.
There could be just a small portion of it being baby Groot, and that will just
maybe that is true.
Give people hype.
I think it'll be because that depends if it's after.
Who knows though?
But if it is after Guardians 3. People die. It's a very big deal, so he'd be having to.
It says going to be a baby in it.
Oh.
Then I most likely see it. If that's the case,
everyone's favorite baby. It features everyone's favorite baby.
Baby tree in a series of original shorts. So in a series.
Oh, it's a series of original shorts. Well, that just answers
the question. That's just going to be short stories about with Groot. That's.
I didn't know it was short.
Well, it's going to be adorable.
Yeah, it's going to be cute. Might be for the kids.
Well, I can tell you right now, that shit's at the bottom of mine.
I'll tell you right now, fuck them kids.
I'm not excited for that shit. But next on the list is, and this is rumored, this is not confirmed, this is Werewolf by Night. And it is supposed to be, it was rumored to be a Halloween special, but I don't know that one is true. And the reason I don't know if that one's true is because how do you get regular Marvel fans to want to watch a Werewolf by Night thing? I mean, not saying you can't make it interesting to where fans won't want to watch it.
When fans are diverse.
And fans didn't know who Shang-Chi was either before, going to see Shang-Chi.
They got us all to watch a Hawkeye show.
That's true, but we've been with Hawkeye since...
He was defending that LARP scene for a long time.
I didn't watch Hawkeye for Clint, though.
I didn't watch it for Clint.
I watched it just
but it's just, it's like with Werewolf by Night, he's not that well of a known character, even by some heavy Marvel fans, to where you're like...
I don't know much about Werewolf.
I mean,
I don't know much about Werewolf.
I don't know anything about him.
The only thing I know about Werewolf by Night is his team up with the Midnight Suns. Yep. Anything solo, I couldn't tell you. Don't know.
I don't want to sit here and say and be totally off base, but
I don't even know about the Midnight Suns.
So I mean, I would be curious to.
I don't know about his involvement.
Werewolf by Night would be one of those series that I would need to be sold by a trailer. I would need a trailer to come out that makes me curious enough that I'd watch it.
Well, and if that's him in the Moonknight trailer getting his ass beat, I don't want to watch that shit. I don't want to watch his show.
I mean, if he's good, that actually might. If he's good enough in Moonknight,
he's getting his fucking ass beat.
I know.
Moonknight literally got up at the end of that and turned around and just walked off.
No, but who doesn't get their ass beat by Moonknight is a better question.
That's true.
To me, it's like that doesn't really slice you any, bro.
You kind of hope a werewolf.
like you talk some shit to Superman and he whooped the fuck out of you. Like tough breaks, bro. Most of us too. There's not many people that went toe to toe with him.
I don't know if I would compare Moon Knight to Superman, but
oh gosh,
are you just coming at me today?
I mean,
just coming after me.
The next on that list after Werewolf by Night, the rumored Werewolf by Night, yes, is the Wakanda Forever, recast T'Challa.
Are we gonna do it again?
Wakanda Forever. We all know how we feel about that. I mean, there's really not, just like Multiverse of Madness, it's going to be one of those topics that we're going to go into in further videos. I think the only thing on this one that we can honestly say is we're all just curious to see what the fuck is going to happen.
What's going on? What's going on?
So, I mean, that's that on Wakanda Forever. Next is Guardians of the Galaxy, the holiday special that James Gunn has confirmed is important to watch a part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe timeline. So, I remember when we first started this channel, Henry had said, what if Henry had asked, is Santa Claus an MCU character? And I said, yes, he is, but we're never going to see him. We're dealing with James Gunn. You know what I'm saying? So we could, because he's a mutant. Santa's a mutant. We could see him.
Dude, that's like an L to Henry. But dude, that's some shit too. Where like James Gunn probably wanted to make a Christmas special because he wanted to make a Christmas special. But then he's like, I'm gonna sprinkle in something, so y'all have to watch my Christmas special. You better watch it.
Right, to make it to where it's in continuity with what's going on.
Just like the Peacemaker cameo.
So I mean, I don't really have much to say about the Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special. I didn't have much to say when they announced it. I think that only thing I said when they announced it was why. Mm-hmm. Why is there a holiday special with why? So. Next on that list, it's been pushed back several times now. Well, once now. But it's a Secret Invasion. We are all excited for Secret Invasion.
Yeah, that's higher on my list.
Yeah, we are all excited for Secret Invasion. I'm excited to learn.
Back, right? Yeah.
To 2023, I believe.
Yeah. I'm excited for my girl to finally get in the MCU.
I'm excited to learn what heroes we've been fooled by. This as long as we've been in the MCU, what heroes are actually Skrulls? What are we actually dealing with here? Are the Skrulls what they made the Skrulls to be in Ms.Marvel?
I hope not.
In Captain Marvel, I hope not either. That's not the Skrulls of.
No, I think that's going to be just. I don't know.
Let's make them more terrifying. Bring them in and make them more fun.
Maybe it's a ruse. Maybe it's just a small sect of them that are like that.
I could buy more.
And we're talking that was far back. I mean, that was when was the
Captain Marvel?
Captain Marvel.
Yeah,
like where is it on the timeline?
Yeah,
second or third on the timeline.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's a lot of things that could have happened between that time of different Skrulls could have came in.
That is true, but then you go to WandaVision where
it's like,
she was
why
talking to Monica
that,
and she was like, he's up there, he wants to meet you up there. And then Nick's just hanging out with him, on the little, wherever the fuck he was in that credit scene. So
Far From Home.
Far From Home, yeah. So it's just like, I don't know. What's the description say on that, kid?
It says, Secret Invasion is a newly announced series heading to Disney Plus that stars Samuel L. Jackson as Nick Fury and Ben Mendelsohn as a Skrull Talos. Characters who first met in Captain Marvel. The crossover comic event series showcases a faction of shape-shifting Skrulls who have been infiltrating Earth for years.
Yep, so it's 2 different factions.
Oh, okay, so that's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's cool.
He's working with the good Skrulls.
Yeah,
and
that
then,
I can get behind.
Yeah.
I can get behind that.
Yeah.
Anything else, no, I wouldn't have been able to get behind like that. But like I said, I'm excited for Secret Invasion. I think it's going to be cool. Like you said, I'm excited to see Amelia Clark finally enter the MCU. I think it's going to be one of the best Marvel.
I think it changes how the MCU can work. And
It
changes everything we've seen.
Yeah, it absolutely does.
Yeah.
It's one of those. It's going to be one of those staples, just like Multiverse of Madness. It's going to be one of those staples in the MCU that completely changes.
And I'm glad it's a TV show as well because we get to get in so much deeper.
I would prefer, honestly, a lot more Disney Plus shows than movies because you just get so much more time to develop with the characters.
I think movies have their place for sure.
They do, but for example, like Eternal shouldn't have been a movie. It should have been a show. It should have been a show. It would have been so much better if it was a show.
Yeah. No, a lot of his problems would have been solved right there.
And this one, no one really talks about it, but I'm excited for it. I'm excited for the Marvels. I'm really ready to see Captain Marvel 2. I'm not a fan of Captain Marvel.
I was going to say, I'm only excited to see that just because I want to see more of Rambo.
Yes,
I want to see more of her story
Monica
continue from WandaVision, and if they go anything with her mom and why she might have animosity with Captain Marvel.
Yeah, I want to know that. I want to know answers like that.
That's actually higher up on my TV.
It's higher on mine too, and I'm excited too because we don't now in the comics. Blue Marvel is not a Marvel, but the rumor of him possibly being in the Marvels is exciting to me because Blue Marvel, if you do not know, and I don't expect you to know, but it's still Black History Month, so let me educate you really quick. Blue Marvel is also a very original Marvel character. He is an original Marvel character who was created. He's not picking up a mantle. He is his own character. He's a black character. He's super intelligent, and he's basically. Next to Hyperion, he's your Superman, your black Superman in Marvel. Like he's Blue Marvel is amazing. I love him. You gotta go read the comic with him where he was a hero. He had a mask on until people really realized that he was black, and then during that time period, people weren't ready for a black hero. So the president had, I think it was Kennedy in the comic? I think it was. I think it was the Kennedy administration in the comic that told him, hey. We need you to step down from being a hero. We appreciate everything you've done, but the world is just not ready for a Negro hero. So and it's such a good comic. He's such a good character. If you don't know anything about Blue Marvel, go read that. Didn't mean to deviate that far, but happy Black History Month.
Wakanda Forever!
With that being said, the possibilities of him being in the Marvels is enticing to me. So I would be pretty excited to see that and the Monica Rambeau stuff and to see why the fuck everybody's mad at Nick Fury and why we don't invoke Captain Marvel's name. Remember he said that in Homecoming.
Captain Marvel.
Don't invoke her name.
A lot of different questions there with the Marvels. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. I'm excited for that one.
I'm excited for that.
I mean, overall, they've all been good films.
Yeah.
They're Take Your Family. Now, they've been Take Your Family 2 movies. They're real cute. They hit all the cute, the funny, the action-packed. But we're getting deaths in this one. I mean, this is the final movie.
We're getting heavy.
This is going to be a heart-wrencher.
Yep.
I mean, I'm here for it entirely.
Oh,
that doesn't take away from anything. It adds to it to me, but it might not be as family-friendly as
I always enjoy, like, the final movies out of trilogies and stuff like that. They're just going to be good films, and so you got to expect the most out of those, honestly. Right. Marvel usually delivers, so...
Yeah, I'm excited for it. I think James Gunn is really going to deliver on this one. I really, really do. I think that they are pulling out all the stops with Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. I think that, like Trey said, we're going to see the 2 deaths that have been confirmed. We talked about it in other videos where the actress that plays Nebula and the actress that plays Mantis cried after reading the script. So if they are crying and reading the script, we are going to cry after watching this film. So it's top on my list to see. Wow. Next on that list is Echo, and it's down there for me with baby fucking Groot.
Yeah,
I think
I don't really know anything about it.
I don't know much about Echo from the comics at all like that, besides the stuff we already knew about her going into Hawkeye. That's as much as I really know about Echo. And then the comic where she shot Kingpin. I think that's where they're going to pick up in her show, is from the last scene in Hawkeye where she shot Kingpin, because that happened in the comic, but he survived. He went blind temporarily, but regained his sight, whatever, all that
Well,
kind of stuff.
that's not that all these characters, because Marvel is going to get into that realm of a lot of characters none of us have ever heard of.
Yeah.
And none of us have ever really, I mean, maybe not heard of, but you get what I'm saying. They're the obscure characters that we maybe didn't follow their comics all the way. And the interesting thing about that is they have a easier chance to impress, in my opinion. Because if you have a mainstay hero that everyone knows is a household name and you deviate from something they did, a lot of fans get mad about it because that's their favorite hero. So a hero like Echo, I'm not even going to say it's a bad show, you know? But with that and a lot of these smaller name characters that are going to be coming up, Shang-Chi was a great example.
Oh,
I knew who Shang-Chi was.
Right.
I know about the story of the Ten Rings. It's totally different than
Yeah.
what it is here in the MCU. But a lot of people didn't, and Shang-Chi sold a lot of people on his character.
But see, I think that the problem with Echo is you made her so disinteresting in Hawkeye. Because I wasn't interested in her in Hawkeye.
That's true. But I'm just saying that to say all these heroes... I haven't heard about it doesn't mean I'm not interested in it. You know,
Right.
it's the...
You made her so disinteresting in Hawkeye. I mean, she was somewhat interesting at the very beginning there, but then it just, like, your motives... Like, I was just like, yes, we know who killed your dad.
That's
Like,
why
you know who
Hawkeye
killed
was
your dad.
bad. Like, those first 2 episodes were good, and then they demoted from, like, everything they were building
Yeah,
up and, like,
yeah.
went away from everything, and... I don't even know what they started. I can't remember what they started. That's enough Hawkeyes.
I only remember episode 3, and the only thing I remember is that amazing fucking car scene where they're in the car and she's shooting.
Yeah.
That's the best thing from Hawkeye to me. Like, it's just that was great.
The
So,
driving scene.
yeah, the driving scene, that was really cool.
Yeah,
So
Well, they shot that with like a different camera angle and
Yeah,
everything too.
yeah.
Like they actually.
it was
No, that
a cool
scene
scene. Next on that list is Ant-Man and the Wasp in Quantummania, and that's on my one of the top ones on my list because I'm so ready to see Kang. I am so ready to see Jonathan Majors back in that role.
Yep.
I am ready to see Wasp. I hope they really dive a little bit more into Wasp than they did in just Ant-Man and the Wasp. And then we're supposed to possibly get more Young Avengers connections and things like that. So I'm really excited. It's a lot to look forward to in that film. And I mean, we know that, are they done filming it? Can't remember if they finished filming that or not.
I can show it.
Yeah, I would check. I don't want to...
I know that picture came out of the shirt with the broken Ant-Man helmet, and you could see Kang's reflection in it, and it's just that gets you so excited. I mean, then you just gotta go back and look at Loki.
See, that was the crazy thing is they teased...
It's complete. I thought so. They're done.
But they teased Kang in Loki, right? They teased him, got us all excited, and then it kind of left it alone for a little bit. I'm like, well, where's he coming? What's he gonna do?
Yeah.
And we know he's coming in this movie, but we don't know
in what capacity.
What that means and what capacity.
And even until that movie, there's so much things that are gonna happen that like we're gonna take our eyes off it even more.
That's
like, we have Doctor Strange and then Loki after that. Like, we have so much more to think about. Like we're not even thinking about Kang soon. Whenever all this other stuff comes
Kang is
out.
the lurking problem.
And that's the thing that I've said. You know, like, bro, we've got so much going on in the MCU that. It's not that we forget about Kang, but we forget about his presence in the MCU because we've seen Erisham the Judge and the Celestials, the Might of Celestials. We've seen now the Eternals, 10 new characters. Everything that's going on with the Spider-Verse and No Way Home. Everything that's going on in Multiverse of Madness. We've got Moonknight. There's so much going on. You just forget that, holy fuck, Kang still comes to fuck everybody up.
Kang the fucking Conqueror.
Kang is still coming to fuck everybody up.
See you soon.
So I'm excited for Quantummania. I think this is where it starts. I think that's where it's going to be good. What if season 2?
I'm trying to build my thoughts.
What if we didn't do that?
Yeah, I have my baby Groot and Echo list down here. What if season 2 is down here? I don't understand.
I don't want to be conned into watching an entire season of something I don't really want to watch just to get one thing that's going to be important. Like
that, and it's like the one reason I do like What If is to see like what characters they do bring in, because it's like they might be bringing in a couple from what
live
they
action.
did in that first.
What If
like the
comics
Captain
are
Carter,
great.
even like the other variations.
The series,
Strange.
Yeah, the What If comics are like actual comic fans being like, what if this happened? What if that happened? The What If series is like
the What If comics are cool.
Some
they're
guys that are
fun
like
to read.
a little too high on the couch.
Yeah,
but leave them in the fun zone.
Yeah,
right.
Exactly.
But tell me if I'm wrong here. The regular comics for What If is actual comic fans, wanting to go, but this animated series is just two high ass dudes on the couch with like 4 old ingredients from the fridge trying to make a sandwich. You know what I'm saying? It's just fucking.
That's what Taco Bell does every year when they're trying to figure out new ingredients. They just get
You know what I'm
really
saying?
high.
It's like, hey, I got like half a bag of like 4 month old
Fritos.
Fritos.
And I don't want to sit
one
and say
slice
that
of bread.
because obviously there are what if episodes from season 1 that are important, and even moving forward on in the MCU, moving on forward, we could see other what if episodes become important to other projects.
Yeah, but I'm sorry, but it goes back to something being important versus being good.
That's true. Let me say this.
Hold on, let Cody do his.
Oh, go ahead, Cody.
I think the problem with making the what if episode important is they aren't.
I mean that's true. That is true because it's
like
all
why make this some kind of point in 616?
I think
there's no point because unless we visit one of these realities, but like that's
right. No, that's true. I think the reason What If has been brought into the MCU is because the MCU, as we know, do not do things traditionally to the comics. So they're trying to make What If somewhat of an importance on the timeline.
Is the What If like its own universe?
Yeah,
every one of them
they're
are
all parts. They're all different universes in the
It is literally
the
concept of What If, even in the comics, is there are so many different Earths in the multiverse. Yeah. Just people going, what if this happened? Well, make it in a fucking universe, and then you do it. Yeah.
So that's what I was saying though. The exciting part about that is to see what like characters they pull from that universe and stuff. Like even because it just came out and we know we're about to get like Captain Carter and maybe even a couple others. So it's like, give it time maybe to develop more and see what they do. I'm not saying it's going to be like the best thing or the greatest, but it might just have like some sort of impact.
I wish they would do it the opposite.
That's more deep than
But I wish they do the exact opposite of that. Instead of trying to make it relevant to the MCU time.
Because there's got to be a season 2 coming out for a reason, because like not all these shows are getting a season 2.
Well, yeah, so. But no, it's because What If has the facility to do anything.
Either. It's not like it's doing the best, so like let's make a season 2.
But imagine if they did the opposite.
It's a little bit cheaper for them to make. I don't know.
Yeah, but no, imagine if they did the opposite.
I didn't even think about that.
Instead of doing trying to make this relevant to the MCU, instead just make what it originally was, just cool fucking ideas into episodes that we would all enjoy watching. Instead of like, it might be relevant.
A couple episodes.
Hell no, they didn't.
See, that's what I was gonna say earlier when you said that wasn't good. I did not watch every episode, but I will say this: the episodes that I did watch, they weren't bad.
There are 3.
You watched the zombie episode?
I watched the zombie episode. I liked the zombie episode. I liked it.
I remember like 4 episodes.
I thought it was pretty good.
I didn't like the Ultron one that much.
I like the Ultron one. I love the Ultron one.
That actually is pretty crazy.
Seeing Ultron,
that was like one of the best episodes.
The Galactus reference with that?
I didn't like the. I thought it was cool seeing T'Challa as Star-Lord, but I didn't care much for the episode itself. No,
I agree with that. I mean, I just thought all of it was.
Like I said, it kind of goes back to what Cody said, and the same thing I said when the first season came out. Like, what if they just didn't do it? But I mean, I guess it's
we spent a lot of time on what if.
Yeah, it's on the timeline, so you got to go with it. But the next on that list is Ironheart, and that is with Riri Williams, who is one of the newer type of characters brought into Marvel Comics. She is granted access to Tony Stark's tech in the comics, so it's kind of the same theme that I think we're going to be seeing here within the MCU.
I'm cool with that right there, though.
No, I am too.
I'm pretty excited to see. I'm excited to see what they're doing with Ironheart.
I wanted, because RDJ left such a fucking pin in Iron Man, right? That just replacing him right now won't make sense. You know, later on with a different variant. Later on, sure. Right now, no. But it's cool to see his tech be used, and especially by a youth, because it's kind of the thing.
They're going to use it in like some childish ways sometimes.
I think that's where we're going to see Ironmonger. I think we're going to see Ironmonger come back in that. I don't think it's going to be an Armor Wars. I think Ironmonger is going to be one of the main antagonists.
You think so?
His son. Because remember, he died. He's dead, but he had a son
in the reactor or whatever it was.
Yeah. So I think his son is going to.
I want revenge.
Yeah.
But I can never get on Tony Stark, so it's
the next best.
You're using his shit, so.
My dad, Tony Stark, built that in a cave with a pile of scraps.
And you're wearing it, and I'm wearing something made from his stuff, and I'm mad. No.
No. I don't know. I think it's going to be a good. I think it's going to be a good a show, though. I'm excited to see. Yes, the MIT connections, and we've seen so many of that within. Throughout the MCU. So
it says in the description that she creates the most advanced suit of armor since Iron Man.
Yeah, she does that in the comics too, though. You know, she creates her own version of the armor.
But you know it's going to be inspired. If anything, it'll be inspired by Tony Stark.
Oh, yeah, of course. And then next on that list, after Ironheart, is Captain America 4, and that's going to be with Sam Wilson. We don't know much about that at all. I'm with you. I am not, and here, actually, let me rephrase that. It's not that I don't care about seeing Sam Wilson as Captain America. Now, I could go into a whole, that's not that kind of video, about how I feel about him being Captain America, but that's not it. Since we're doing it already, I do, if we're going to do it, my problem with it is, I am not an Anthony Mackie fan.
Shut the hell up.
I don't think that he does a good job playing Falcon, and I don't want to see him be...
Don't say it. Don't you say it.
Cap. I just don't.
I hate you.
I do think the character is cool, but I don't like him playing.
I don't, bro. I just don't think Anthony Mackie's that. He cannot carry to me.
I thought that since the first time I saw him. Like, what is he doing here?
Like, do you? I don't see Anthony Mackie carrying. Yes,
but that's why he hasn't been a lead man so far.
But he's about to get his own.
And I also don't like.
Let y'all go on a little rant.
I also don't like Captain America. So like.
Oh well, then that again, that's someone hurt you. I'm a Cap
seeing
fan
like a Captain America mixed with Falcon. Like I think you said it. I think you said it one time we were talking. Like you like collaboration characters.
I do. I think the character idea is badass.
I think a lot of people shit talk Falcon and the Winter Soldier, but out of the TV shows, that had the best combat scenes in it.
But
that came out so.
You didn't like Wanda versus old Agatha?
One episode.
Yeah, but there was like a lot of combat.
Here's the thing, and not to turn it into that, but here's the thing on the Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Well, that's the only one we've had with that much action too.
The Falcon and Winter Soldier was mid for me.
I'm not saying it was a great story or anything. I'm just saying like the combat and everything.
And see, and that he literally even with that, that's true. Even with that though, like you said, you did say the combat, but even with watching Falcon and Winter Soldier, that does not make me excited to see Anthony Mackie as.
Well, the Falcon and the Winter Soldier was probably the most brutal thing we've seen.
Well, it was
in the MCU.
And I won't argue that it was the show, and now that's due to COVID because they had to do so many different reshoots and had to change the story and had to do all this. We don't know what the actual show could have been had it not been for COVID, but because it is what it is, that doesn't make me excited.
I won't knock. And when I say about Captain America, what I'm getting at, I loved Winter Soldier. I think it's arguably the best MCU movie I've ever seen. I loved Civil War, obviously. I didn't mind this portrayal of Captain America, but I'm saying as a hero movie, if I could get any hero movie, I want Captain America's very low on my list to begin with, and then you have this guy trying to lead man.
I
don't know. I do. I am excited to see the combo character actually like work. I think it's
highly fucking doubt it.
The combo of him and being Falcon and
Captain America. Like I mean, having the shield and his wings and like I mean, there's just like I don't know. There's a lot of
recast Anthony Mackie.
Oh, that's how it is?
But next on that list is Armor Wars. I'm excited for Armor Wars.
So excited for Armor Wars. Maybe top 3 with TV shows.
I'm pretty excited for Armor Wars. It's going to be pretty good. We'll get to see Rhodey in action, and we'll get to probably see some things that we haven't seen from Patriot or Iron Patriot. That's it, right?
Do you think Ironheart would be in it?
No,
maybe.
I mean, it's the armor, if they establish
Ironheart comes out before Iron Wars, doesn't it? So probably. Probably.
And after Iron Wars, you've got Blade with Mahershala Ali. That is going to be super cool too. Not too much we know about that. Only thing we've gotten from Mahershala so far in the MCU is just his voice and Eternals in the credit scenes. Spoiler alert.
I want a Deadpool cameo.
He's here to walk in the daylight and kill vampires.
All
out of daylight.
And
just so you can point out that he also played in the original Blade movie too.
Right.
I want Ryan Reynolds to fuck with that movie at least once.
That would be cool.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's Deadpool and he busts through, but it's the hello, my name is fuck you on there. That's all I want, and then he goes away.
Poor Hulk is the next one that's rumored, and it's not confirmed or anything like that. It's just rumored, so there's absolutely nothing on that.
Don't give me hype or something like that, please.
But it is rumored, and the reason it's going to happen. It's going to happen.
It's going to happen.
It's something that Marvel needs to do. It's something they owe it to.
They've been teasing it to us since Ragnarok, and they did that to they were like, do you guys want this?
Right.
And then we're like, why didn't you put more of it in there?
Exactly what people
and they're like, okay.
That's exactly So I think World War Hulk is coming, and if you don't know that story, it's an amazing story.
Good.
Go out there, look that up. Hulk completely decimates the hero, so it's really cool. The next on that list is the Wakanda Forever. Not Wakanda Forever, but I'm sorry, Wakanda Disney series, and this is. I'm going to also tie another one into this. There's also a rumor of Okoye getting her own series, so both of them, Okoye could have more of an origin type of deal in her series, maybe. Hers is rumored; it's not confirmed. It's rumored. This is confirmed. The Wakanda Disney.
So what do we know about
series.
the series?
That it's going to explore and dive deeper into Wakanda, the nation of Wakanda, and things like that. Now, that does not excite me as far as just like the story basis, because I know about Wakanda, so it's like I think it'd be cool to see like a
documentary kind of style shooting of what Wakanda is.
But it's like with that,
I think that'd be interesting.
Yeah, but then with that, it's more like go watch fucking Discovery Channel. Like I just like.
Yeah, but I want to watch. But I want to see their cool tech.
Yeah, we want to. But I'm just like, bro, incorporate that into a badass story about Wakanda. But again, if you don't recast T'Challa, I don't know how you're doing that. But incorporate that to a badass story about Wakanda. And rumor is
like the origins of Wakanda. The origins of Wakanda would be a cool story to tell.
I would honestly watch it, just a story about, like, let's say pretending Wakanda is a real place, right? And then going through and showing off all the cool tech they have, how their society works. I'd fucking watch the shit out of it.
Okay, but for me, that's not a Disney Plus show. That's a Disney assembled episode where it's like, hey guys, come on in and we're going to show you Wakanda. That's not a Disney.
No, but they treat it like it's real, like almost like a. Or I don't want to say found footage, but you know what I'm saying? Like they treat it like this is a real place we're going to.
See,
I would much rather
kind of like how like oh god, what is that movie with the?
I mean, if you want to know about the origins of Wakanda, watch the very beginning of Black Panther. Bubba, tell me how we got
where they go and then all the aliens live in.
I mean,
just like, I want it style of that. Section 9.
No, it's not Section 8. That's 411. That's 4 out.
What was the rumor with Namor on everything? Was that not the TV show?
Are you looking it up?
No, that's the movie.
That's the movie.
He's supposed to be in the movie.
Because that was supposed to be the Halo movie, if you remember.
So that's the Wakanda Forever, or Wakanda series at least. Is he looking up something for Wakanda?
Yeah, kind of.
So the next thing that is Loki 2, and I believe they start filming that in a couple months, I believe, in London. So that left on a cliffhanger, so we're pretty excited for that. I mean, there's really not much to talk about with Loki. It kind of ties into Multiverse of Madness, ties into Quantummania, so there's plenty of things that we need to see progress after that cliffhanger.
I want to see how he starts, like, his character development after meeting all the variants of himself. And knowing that there's so many versions of himself.
And tapping into more of his power level.
Yeah,
exactly.
After seeing how strong he was and stuff, like he's actually a god. Like
Yeah. Pretty excited for that. Now, this one is at one of the top of mine. It's Agatha, House of Harkness. I fucking loved Agatha. I love the way Catherine Hahn portrayed her in WandaVision. She was, to me, one of my favorite Phase 4 villains. I thought she did great. Agatha was great, man. She really was good. So I'm excited to see what this show is going to be. Is it going to be like going back in time, or is it going to be present day, her breaking out of Wanda's hex due to maybe something from happening in a Multiverse of Madness?
She told Wanda that she's gonna need her help.
Yeah.
So there's still future.
And even in the comics, she's a mentor to Wanda in the comics.
Well, that's why I just want to use Agatha as a stepping stone, because she is also the mentor of Franklin Richards.
Yes.
So I don't really care too much for Agatha personally. I thought she was good in I don't know how.
I don't care for her in the comics either, but I thought what they did with her.
I thought what they did with her in WandaVision was good. I don't know how I'd feel about a standalone series until I see it.
I'm excited.
But I'm excited because, they did well with her the first time they used her.
Yeah, that's why. And the reason that really pulls me into Agatha House of Harkness is Catherine Hahn.
And I killed Sparky, too.
It's Catherine Hahn. She's such a good actress.
Yeah, she is.
Next on that list is Fantastic Four. John Watts is going to be directing that. We know nothing really about that besides it coming out in 2023. Yeah,
I don't want it to be an origin story at all.
It does not need to be an origin story. And not only that, you do not put Doctor Doom in this film. To me, sorry, you don't introduce him in the first film.
They've learned their lessons.
No.
Look how they handled Spiderman. They've learned their lessons with that.
You don't bring Doctor Doom in the first film.
But
Plus,
this also
it's
isn't
an
their
end
origin.
credit scene.
Do what?
This also is not their origin.
I know it's not their origin, but
him
I still...
and Doom
That's
could be
true.
established.
It could be established,
But
but
don't
you
bring him
don't
in.
bring
Fair.
him in. I just felt like...
I
you
just
do like
want him!
You bring him in, but bring him in. You can bring him in even
He's
before
coming.
Fantastic
Oh,
Four. You know, his
pause.
presence could be there before their actual film because they could have been here. You know what I'm saying? We just don't know. So
You just got perfect sound bites for me and Cody. But
next on that list is rumored. It's not rumored because Kevin Feige did talk about this at Disney Investor Day, and that is Nova. We don't know too much about Nova, but we know that Nova's coming. Nova Corps that Thanos destroyed, so I'm sure Nova's pissed about that shit. We got some cool things, and we might even see callbacks to Thanos destroying the Nova Corps in the show. So that would be pretty cool
we're
to
just
see.
gonna get to slowly watch him beat the fuck out of the Nova Corps.
Yeah, so that'd be pretty cool to see. Next on that list is Marvel Zombies. This was announced, also Disney
Is
Investor
it
Day.
animated?
It is going to be. I think it's going to be animated. I believe it's going to be animated.
I mean, if it's what was in What If, then I don't care.
Yeah, I fucking don't want to watch it.
Yeah.
I'm all, but I'll say this: I'm a big horror fan, and I really like zombie movies a lot. I don't think they'll do it well. I really don't think they will do it well.
Yeah.
I also hate the concept of godly powerful superheroes fighting fucking zombies of all things.
Yeah, but remember the zombies, the Marvel zombies, they retain their same, like if so Spider-Man
No,
is
I
still
know,
Spider-Man
I know.
with all the thoughts and
He's just going after
Right.
him. I mean, I get it, and I'm probably shitting on it too hard, but like,
I mean,
it is a cool concept, but
it's not. I'm not looking forward to it. I'm not looking forward to it. It's just theirs, for me personally. Next on the list is Deadpool 3. We don't know anything about that. We just know that Ryan Reynolds is going to be coming into the MCU.
I'm more excited about this than I was for Deadpool 2 because he finally can. All the mutants are behind the door. He can open the fucking door.
Yeah.
He can bring in anyone he wants to do.
Yeah.
I mean, you're literally letting Ryan Reynolds run his ball sack over the entire MCU at this point. Because he can do whatever he wants.
It's going to.
Wild. He can do whatever Feige lets him.
Would Ryan Reynolds not say the same thing?
I guess that validates it for Trey to say.
Yep.
Yeah, I guess.
It's gonna be an interesting film. It's gonna be an interesting film to see how Ryan Reynolds interacts with the MCU. No, I don't care not about that.
We're not talking about that.
I care about how he interacts with the MCU. How is that going to work?
I'm sure it'll involve a lot of scrotum jokes because they are letting him keep it rated R.
No, yeah, they are. They're letting him keep it rated R. So it's going.
That's the only way he was going to do it.
Yeah.
He
was like, I'm not showing up to film if it's not rated R.
And I'm going to tie these two together too. Next on that list is Spider-Man 4 with Tom Holland. We know that from the end credit scene that Venom could possibly be the villain. That could possibly be way off base. No, Tom Holland, not Toby. This is Tom Holland's his starting of the new trilogy. Remember they announced all right, yeah, the starting of his new trilogy.
Yep, I'm with you.
I'm excited about it.
I thought you meant with Venom going back.
Super excited to see
No.
him as like the Spider-Man we all know and love.
Mm-hmm. I'm excited. Yeah. I'm so excited for that. And I know Tom is so worried about being typecast, but bro, you are Peter Parker. Right?
Yeah.
You are Peter Parker.
I just think anything going forward with Spider-Man, I'm excited for all of it.
Yeah, and honestly, anything with Spider-Man, even the animated, the freshman year, I don't know really. I mean, we know that it's going to be diving into how he got bit, and this could be even their way of showing Uncle Ben. They do all the animated stuff ties. It could be though.
It seemed like Spider-Man 3. No Way Home. Really heavily suggested that there was never an Uncle Ben.
But that's not true because the suitcase that he had said Ben P. Parker. Or Ben whatever Parker on it. So there was an Uncle Ben. We still just don't know what the fuck happened to him.
Yeah.
Next on that list is something that Kevin Feige announced. He called them mutants, but then he later on confirmed that mutants and X-Men is synonymous, and that is the X-Men coming into the MCU in whatever project form that's going to be.
He was going to call the series mutants?
No. He called them mutants at Disney Investors Day. He was like, and that's the next thing. We need to get to talk about mutants. That's what he said. The crowd went crazy.
There's no time left to talk about mutants. And how
Then they asked him later in
Mutants are
the interview.
X-Men.
Well,
X-Men
people are
mutants.
retarded, you know that. So they asked him
Yeah.
later in an interview and said, "Well, what did you mean by mutants? Is that the X-Men?" He was like, "Yes, mutants and X-Men are one and the same."
Right.
Like, why are we even having that conversation?
Okay, because that's why I was sitting here like, what
the
are you fucking...
97 animated series.
Yeah.
Yeah, the 97 animated series.
Yeah, the
is great.
97 animated series, but in what
I'm excited
form
for
are they coming in live action?
every possible form the X-Men could be given to
Anything.
us. I don't give a shit. I've been wanting this for so long. I mean, there's a lot of cool things in Marvel, but if you're going to be fucking kidding me, if you're not going to say X-Men isn't arguably the biggest thing Marvel has.
Man.
Like,
No, yeah, for sure.
I mean,
cool
it's
stuff.
it's the X-Men.
They're amazing. They're amazing. I'm so ready for the X-Men to enter into the MCU.
It's like the Avengers and the X-Men.
It really is, though. It
Literally.
really is
For
that
sure.
way.
Literally. And then next on that list is rumored, and it's the Illuminati project, and that's something that's rumored because supposedly Doctor Strange, after this film, creates the MCU 616 Illuminati team, and we could possibly see some type of Illuminati Disney Plus series or something like that.
To
Or
be
something
honest
blah,
with
blah,
you,
blah.
I don't give a shit about it.
I do. I care heavily because I'm a big Illuminati fan.
Well, I like the concept, but what I'm saying though is I don't want it to be like a Bad Batch, for example, where it's like, oh, there's a new problem in the multiverse. Let's go solve today's problem.
Yeah, I just don't. I like the idea.
Well,
I would want it to build
multiversal.
up to
I
a
don't think it'd be a multiverse.
Yeah, they're not gonna be a
though.
multiversal
It'd just be like the Earth's issues that they can only handle. You know, like
But okay,
they don't want to tell other people what they're
too.
doing. They're gonna be
There's
killing
an Earth
people.
issue going on. We got it. You know, if every episode's like another mission on a video game, if you're gonna do an Illuminati, I would rather it kind of like the Avengers. Plot builds up to where it's like we need to form the Illuminati, or we need to get back. You know, and then they have to handle a major threat versus. I would like it to be a bunch of independent series coming together versus just being like. I feel like we just learned this.
Yeah,
with,
but see, when you do
with,
that
with Eternals,
when you take an individual, then you're doing that's another 10, 20 years.
Sure, but we just learned with Eternals, man. I don't
The
give a shit
only thing
about
we
all
learned
these
with
characters.
Eternals is that shit should have been a 10-episode series, maybe
Right.
11, maybe
Right.
12.
Right.
And that's how you do that. But as far as like doing, like, I don't want to see a Professor X. I don't want to see 7 individual
I'm just
films
saying,
that lead up
I
to.
don't want to see one Illuminati movie with no
Well, yeah.
build up to it. Like, you have to do the build up, do the establishment, push it through in one movie. In Eternals, we learned that don't work.
Right. That's
It would
why.
need to
Again,
be a
that's why
full
it would need to
series.
be a series. It would have to be a series. No, I agree with you. I don't want to see a movie.
But I mean,
that
from
would have
what
to
you
be a
said,
series.
it sounds like what they're gonna do is just with after this movie, they're gonna take Strange and put him in a bunch of cameos to whoever they want him to join the Illuminati, and then until
And we-
they,
right,
until
again, we
they
don't
do
know
that,
what
Put him in a
that's-
bunch of cameos.
Just kind of like how they did with Iron Man. He's like, hey, I'm forming a team.
Right, and arguably, before I move on to the next one, arguably the Illuminati is already MCU canon, because if you go back to, I think it's Iron Man 2, when he has his phone, and he's looking through his phone, he's got all those apps, he's got that app that is labeled Illuminati on it. So, we really, and Tony knew a lot of shit, bro. Tony knew a lot of shit that was going on that he just did not share with the rest of the team, like fucking Thanos for one, but
I'm about to go grab Spiderman.
right. And the next on that list is Avengers 5, which could be Secret Wars rumored. But that's a ways away. I did a solo video on that because everybody was bitching about
Kevin Feige.
saying that there's not going to be another Avengers, and that's such a lie, bro. Like, literally, what was Marvel built on? The fucking Avengers. Like, you built on your way building up to the Avengers. That was the absolute major thing that no one could wait for. We couldn't even believe our eyes.
Literally having to
We just don't have an
That's it,
Avengers
right?
team
I mean, how is
Like-
that hard to I don't understand how that's hard to comprehend. Literally,
That was
the
last
team.
Avenger film for that phase.
Man, like there's no
Right.
team. There's not even. We don't even like. If you were to,
We
if
have
you were to,
Shang-Chi.
They are dead or retired.
let's look at
like,
the Avengers as Batman. You throw a fucking beacon in the. Who's coming? Who's showing up?
Wong and Shang-Chi. They're like Sorcerer Supreme and him.
Right, it's just like it's crazy. So next on that list is the Young Avengers, and that's something I am really excited for. If they really do a Young Avengers, I don't want it to be a movie. I want it to be a series. I think it should be a series. If you ask me on too many Marvel projects, I'm more than likely going to say series because you just get so much more time developed. And
I want to see
to build the
I want to see a Young
characters.
Avengers series that's just as good as Young Justice.
Ooh. Now that's lighting a fire under Marvel. Because that That's
heard
asking.
from me.
That would be
do
amazing.
it.
That's Cody's.
I have a hot
challenge
take I
today.
want to give to you after this is over.
I don't think you can do it, Kevin.
That would
That's
be
Cody's
great.
What if
This
it
is
would have
right.
been easy to do?
And then last on that list is gonna be Ghost Rider, and Ghost Rider is very much
With
rumored.
Daryl Dixon playing Ghost Rider.
What's his name? The dude from
Walking
Walking Dead.
Yeah, he plays Daryl Dixon Walking Dead.
What's his real
Norman
name?
Reedus.
Yes, Reedus. So
Norman, whatever.
See, they recast Nicolas Cage.
So we could possibly be seeing a Ghost Rider type deal where we're seeing Johnny Blaze finally enter into the MCU. That is heavily rumored. That is not something that's put on there. But if you look at Marvel's slate, there are projects that have dates under them with nothing at the top. It's just dates that they have. Marvel has remember it was said back in September, like working on 30 unknown projects. So this is just everything rumored from 2022 to 2025. That is at the end of the list. We have all said our piece on what we think some of these films and series could do and what we're excited for, what we're not excited for. This is a really exciting time to be a nerd, to be a comic book fan, to be in this space because we are feasting in every medium. It's not just Marvel. I mean, even though DC is shitting, we're still somewhat... We're getting a
Their
snack
animated
over
series
there.
are still great.
Their animated series are important. I cannot
Yeah.
wait for Young Justice to start again. I think
Yeah.
actually it's about to start again since Peacemaker's over.
Yeah, Young Justice is on its way back. Even it's like I said, it's an exciting time to be in this medium. So, as always, we thank you guys for spending this time with us. What are you guys excited for? Are you guys excited for all of these? I'm excited for most of them, besides the two. I'm excited for pretty much all of these. These guys are too. So, you guys let us know down below in the comments. Are you excited for what the future holds for the MCU? What does this mean? All of these things mean for the MCU? Are we going to be in our 50s, 60s talking about still moving forward?
Hey, if you
in
like
the
it or
MCU?
not, we'll be covering it for you. I mean, that's...
So you guys let us know down below in the comments. Like, subscribe, share this video with your friends, and we will see you guys in the next video.